In this video, I'll be sharing 5 ways to deal with a difficult supervisor. And this is a sequel to my last video where I shared 7 keys to surviving a PhD journey. Although in this video, I'll be focusing more on research supervisors in the academia, but then the tips I'm going to be sharing can still work for even supervisors in other spaces and managers at your work or your bosses. Top of my list is emotional intelligence. Know that your supervisors are humans as well. Humans with real problems, real challenges. They're trying to survive just as you are trying to do. They have family members, they have things that get them bothered and worried, they have health challenges, and they have other commitments as well. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm also a supervisor, I'm not pleading their case, but it might be a very good way for you to empathize with them. Understand that these people are also human beings. When you understand that, then perhaps it gives you a different perspective to viewing things. You know, we students, because I was once a student, and I'm still a student anyways, we students often get a bit selfish when we want to achieve things. We want it to be done when we want it. But then understand that your supervisor is also a human being. So I would advise that be patient. I know you want to finish your research and move on with your life into the next phase, but some little patience can go a long way in helping you and can go a long way in serving both you and your supervisor. Another tip is to study your supervisor, to know when, where, and how to approach him, and to know when it's okay to ask something. Sometimes you go to meet him and then you see that the countenance is not right. You might just want to go back another time. And show your supervisor that you understand and you respect his or her time and responsibilities as well. This display of mutual respect, they go a long way in making your supervisor consider you even in some cases, even when it is not convenient. You see, it's important to do all this because some supervisors have learned over time from experience to put a solid wall, a solid front out there just to keep students out and so that you don't break in. Doing all these things I've shared now can be a very good hammer in breaking through those walls, and you find a very sweet, caring, and attentive advisor at the other side of the wall. Just be patient. My second tip is to communicate value and competence. Reverse mentorship is very key in this case. Now, you're not the only one getting mentored. Sometimes you can even offer value and mentor your supervisor. In this digital age, sometimes they don't know what you know in some sense, and so you can offer value in that sense. Look for a way to be valuable to your supervisor, to give him something of value. Now, don't give him money, but look for a way to communicate value to him, to solve a problem in his life. Now, for some reasons, some supervisors develop some preconceived perceptions about some students as lazy and as incompetent to go through a PhD process. And because of this, sometimes this affects the way they react to the students. They don't want to give you attention because they don't believe you can do it. They just think you're one of those people that just want to get a PhD for the sake of getting a PhD. They don't believe you can really go through the process or handle it. Now, when you're dealing with this, it might be difficult at first because of the wall that's been built between you and your supervisor. But with consistency, perseverance, and you delivering on your responsibilities and your research timelines, gradually this wall will start to crumble a brick at a time. And at the end of the day, you get your confidence back, and then you get the respect of your supervisor back. My number 3 tip is for you to be proactive and be genuinely interested. You may want to seek advice about your research or research about some things that would interest your supervisor, so that you have good advice and good ideas to pitch to him when you guys meet. Doing this would show that you are genuinely interested in the research topic or the research area. You're quite proactive you're not waiting to be spoon-fed, but even you are bringing something to the table. Also, you may want to read wide and keep yourself updated on the major trends and breakthroughs in your research field and research area. And then you would want to show genuine interest in your supervisor's progress and even maybe his research area as well. This would definitely help create a bond and a common ground for you to discuss anytime you meet. If this video has been helpful so far, kindly click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you get updates when we post content like this. Thank you. My number 4 tip is for you not to take things too personally. Please understand that sometimes the name calling and the insults and the doubts that they express in your competence might just be his nature. Maybe naturally that's how the supervisor just protects himself, or that is how he starts with students. Please, it is important not to take anything personally. You're going through this process for a reason, and keep your goal in mind. A great tip is for you to have this mindset that your your research is a joint effort between you and your supervisor. So that way, if he tells you to remove something or add something to your work and you are really not convinced, you don't really spend too much time battling and debating it, because you know it's a joint effort and it's a partnership. So it might be very nice for you to just remove it quickly, and so that you don't encourage any confrontation between you and your supervisor, and then you don't delay yourself unnecessarily. So don't sweat it. Just focus on going through the process and not having any confrontation between you and your supervisor for the time being. Remember, your relationship does not end at the point of graduation, because at some point you still need him to write a reference letter for you. You still meet him in the industry, or probably you still want to remain in academia. You'll still be a senior colleague or something. So you don't want to burn bridges at this point. You don't want to escalate issues unnecessarily at this point. If there are issues that you can take care of within, please take care of it at that point, so you don't allow things escalate, because again, the relationship does not end here. It continues almost forever sometimes. Now, my number 5 tip is gratitude. Genuinely communicating your appreciation and your gratitude for the time and the effort and the skills they have put into your work thus far at every opportunity you get is a great way to melt in their heart, literally. You may think this is not important, after all, they're paid to do their job, but a genuine understanding and display of appreciation and gratitude for the effort given is a great way to warm your supervisor's heart towards you. After all, we're all humans and we have emotions, we have a heart, and yes, we respond positively most of the time to compliments and appreciations like that. So you might want to try it out. Having gone through these 5 tips, a bonus tip for you is that if you've gone through, probably you've tried all those techniques and it doesn't work, I'm not going to be oblivious of the fact that there are some very, very intentionally and unreasonably difficult supervisors out there. Something to do for yourself is to probably document everything, every process, every meeting, every interaction, every timelines met and the ones that are not met with reasons. Document everything every interaction you have with your supervisor, because there might be some day, I hope that day never comes, but there might be a day where you would have to defend yourself in front of a university panel or a research panel, and if you're not careful, your supervisor might just protect himself and throw you under the bus. Documenting it might help you to protect yourself in case that day comes. And even when things are great with your supervisor, I think it's only safer and only better to document things. So great or not, just document. So let me know if you have other strategies that work for you in your interactions with your supervisor in the comment section. You can always feel free to add any topic you want us to figure out together on this channel. Again, remember to click and subscribe to our channel. We'll be very grateful when you do that. And if you have enjoyed this video, you may want to check out my next video on your PhD and your finances, where I'm going to share tricks and strategies for building your finances while going through your PhD journey. So see you in the next one. Thank you.